Herkese merhaba, ben Barış Akpolat. Şimdi yanımda Ukraynalı şahane bir piyanist var, Vika, Yermolyeva. Ukrayna'dan buraya geldi. Şu anda Zorlu PSM'nin stüdyo sahnesindeyiz. Burası çok güzel bir ortam yapmışlar. Piyano ve davul akşamı konseri var. Bize de çok güzel 2 tane performans çıkarttı. Kendisi aslında temelinde klasik müzikle başlayıp orada eğitimini tamamlayıp ondan sonra bir şekilde heavy metal üzerine ve hard rock üzerine performanslar geliştirip ve bunu da şahane 420 bin aboneli bir YouTube kanalına çeviren Vkgoeswild isimli bir kanalı var. Onu da buradan görebilirsiniz. When I first heard your first cover of, I think, Right to Lightning, or Master Puppets, I think.
Okay.
It was amazing, and I was a huge fan from this day, and then I saw the concert, and I was your subscriber. I really wondered that you are quite a master in the classical music, classical piano, and then when did you first decide to make the renditions of the heavy metal and hard rock songs onto the classical orchestration?
The transition took quite a long time because I always listened to metal and rock. At first it was just a thing I do, which nobody really shared in my environment in conservatory, so I always went to dance, and it was my escape from everyday stuff. And then maybe first step was when I decided that I want to take bass guitar lessons, because I thought then maybe I can play some of this music I love so much. But okay, soon enough I realized that I'm not gonna be very soon playing bass on that level. So I tried some jazz, but it didn't feel right. And I also played sometimes some rock pop arrangements, just to have some small gig in a restaurant, for example. So I already on that moment I knew that piano arrangements usually are not so well done. They don't show the real feeling of original songs that well. So I always had to change it to make it a bit more powerful. And then I quit conservatory. I had few months doing really not much at all, trying to figure out what to do with my life. And then I just did it for fun. There was this new Metallica song coming out, The Day That Never Comes. And I thought, yeah, I will just take a first part of it and I will play it because it's so easy. I didn't yet think about making the entire song. I just thought I'll just make the most obvious part. So I uploaded it on YouTube, and then immediately I started getting comments, and it was so exciting. I thought like, oh my god, so much fun.
It's happening.
Yeah. I'm at home and so many people writing. So I thought, I will make another Metallica cover. And this time I make like entire song.
Which The Day That Never Comes?
After The Day That Never Comes, I just started doing it basically almost every day. And it just grew from that, and I was developing how I do that, how I make my arrangements, taking then all the difficult parts too that don't really sound like convenient for piano.
And I really like piano, and I really like heavy metal. I'm a huge fan. I really like Rachmaninoff and Ravel and Wagner and Mozart and Beethoven, Bach, and everything. And because the arrangements are so well done. But when I listen to so many piano covers of heavy metal songs, they were just easy and cheap sounds. But when I listen to your arrangements of the heavy metal songs, there are like maybe the Bach made it, or Carcass.
Thank you.
or maybe when I listen to piano covers of the Carcass or something, and they're like really cool classic composings.
Yeah, because
the songs.
I think it's like
you worked hard on one covers, I think.
Yeah, of course, but it's like different languages, like classical music, but I think intensity of emotion could be the same. So basically maybe it's like Carcass transcribing the same emotion that Bach or Beethoven. It's just, it sounds different because it's different time. And when I do my arrangements, that's what I try to do. Sometimes I have to try to think back and think of maybe what classical piece I played that had the same feeling in it. And maybe sometimes it helps to make my own arrangement. But yeah, for me it doesn't really matter which style. It's more about the feeling. I like intense, very intense emotional feeling in song.
Good music.
Yeah, of course,
Good
but
music is good music
there's sometimes
in every
music
genre.
that is really good but more intellectual, you know. But for me, it's so like I love like this raw, strong, powerful emotion.
What is the difference between the feelings on the classic and the heavy metal? I think it's the same.
Well, when I played
What-
classical music, I didn't break the piano so much. Yeah, with metal, it's more like really like
The hard stuff.
yeah. With classical music, you have to be more gentle, and it just doesn't have so heavy things. And also, of course, it's just physically, how to say it, law of physics. If you keep on playing the same, not very hard, it's gonna break at some point. And it happens a lot in metal, but not so much in classical music.
And did you ever break a keyboard?
Oh no, keyboards are good. No, once I actually broke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a little bit, just one key.
Which song?
I don't remember. It was my keyboard. I was really upset about it.
So you played, you started to play piano at age of 4.
Yeah.
And your parents discovered your talent. Am I wrong?
Well,
And
they didn't think of making me a pianist from beginning. They just thought it's good for general education. And like, I wanted to be a painter.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They not tricked me. Tricked me.
Trick me.
They tricked me. They told me I'm gonna study paint. But it was a musical school,
really?
actually. Yeah.
And at the first lesson, you understood that it's not a painting.
No. I mean, I was fine with playing a little bit piano. I was very excited. I remember when they brought piano first time, and I didn't have any bloody idea how to play. I told the guy, I know how to play, and I did some. It was very silly of me, but I was 4.
So after playing heavy metal on YouTube and putting the videos on YouTube and at the Vkgoeswild channel, and maybe lots of metal audience found classical music with your renditions and
I
learned.
hope so. Maybe I think maybe some metal guys. There's like a gap, it seems, between metal people, classical people, and
I
maybe
think
metal people maybe think piano is a bit lame or whatever.
No, I don't think so.
But sometimes I saw piano covers that for me didn't have any actual power, but people were praising it so hard, and I thought maybe they don't think the piano can do it. So that's why I thought maybe they just don't think the piano can sound really hard and strong. But I think it's more interesting that maybe some classical music lovers discovered metal and figured out that it's not so bad after all.
I know that the classical music teachers of you maybe doesn't like to.
I don't want to ask. I just don't want to ask. Well, okay, some of them didn't live to see this happening. People that saw, I don't know. I'm just afraid to ask about.
After all these years of
I
studying
know.
classical music and
Yeah, because I know that even somebody, for example, went to play jazz, and it was a bit like betrayal.
betrayal.
And you know, with metal, you can
yeah.
just forget it.
Are there any plans, forthcoming albums, maybe touring or new stuff in YouTube channel?
Well, I mean, there is an album coming out. The fan edition already came out, but there is going to be just official edition with a lot of my own compositions. And one of my own compositions I also going to play tonight. And it's probably going to go out in September about that time. So that's my first album.
Great.
Yeah. I'm so excited, I'm curious.
And I always wondered that. I love Rachmaninoff, the feeling and the songs. I always think that maybe he was alive today. He would play heavy metal also.
Yeah,
And-
it could be. Some people say I think maybe Beethoven would play heavy metal.
Maybe Beethoven and Wagner,
Bach
Rachmaninoff.
totally could like
Yeah.
that.
And
I mean, the people that loved really powerful things, you would expect them maybe to go heavy metal these
Maybe.
days. Yeah.
okay. And which was your? What do you think about? What's your favorite cover in heavy metal genre, and why is that? For example, my is one of Tool songs and
Oh yeah,
and Carcass also.
I love Vicarious. I mean, I just love Tool so much because it's so complicated and the rhythm is so. I just love it, and he's so emotional when he sings. It's like mind blowing. And actually, I think Vicarious works on piano. There are some other Tool songs that is,
Like lateral.
some of them are really too hard to cover. Like you cannot add everything in one instrument. And I'm proud of Carcass because, with this kind of singing, you had to make up some melodies and form to change it. But in the end, it ended up to be like a modern classical piece. A little bit like the style I know from classical music. So I'm
Great.
Sounds great.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Vika Yermolyeva ile şahane bir muhabbet. Yani ben aslında bir 2 saat falan daha konuşurum çünkü çok güzel hem klasik hem heavy metal, 2 tane çok sevdiğim tür hakkında muhabbet ediyorsak 2 saat daha gidebilirim aslında burada. Ama işte YouTube izleyeceksiniz, sıkılmayın. Kendinize iyi bakın. Görüşmek üzere. Akşam keşke siz de burada olsanız da konseri izleseniz. Görüşmek üzere. Bye bye.